I greet my viewers with a liberal message from such a Californian amateur politologist like me, Mr. Today I want to tell my viewers that I expect that presidency of Democratic President like Barak Obama will be one most progressive and greatest, and Barack Obama will be really successful in running America the progressive way. I also hope that democratic agenda of social justice and peace on earth will be implemented, because the prosperity of American public depends on its ability to live in a world of peace. Because if American youth starts dying, being mutilated in that horrible imperialist warfare in Afghanistan, then the rest of the public will be hurt as well by that war, as retail gasoline prices will go up to $4.35 a gallon per gallon. That been 1 year ago, when that ultra-nationalist Republican neo-fascist George Bush, president from right-wing extremism, declared that war on Iraqi civilians and ordered U.S. troopers, to ransack Muslims' houses, and the number of people were murdered out of hatred towards Muslims. Like I remember that Hedaifa massacre, when the U.S. Marine shot and killed 24 Iraqi women and children out of hatred towards Muslim people. And I believe that George Bush would try to, to instigate American warriors to commit hate crimes and assassinate suspected terrorists and their own. We just ask them to commit crime, to deny legal justice to suspected terrorists, which is illegal. Even Saddam Hussein, ex-dictator of the communist-oriented Arabic Party of Socialist Revival, he actually was spared his life. American soldiers didn't kill him, but have taken him prisoner and put him on legal trial. And well, now I want to return to major agenda of would be upcoming presidency of Chicago Democrat Barack Obama. I expect Barack Obama to implement that national medical insurance, universal health care coverage for all Americans, for all American citizens, which means liberal agenda. That all American citizens, no matter how poor they are, will get all medical coverage in order to save human lives. And I believe that human rights will be upheld by Obama Democratic administration, because that way lots of people will prosper, and crime will go down, because violent and organized crime are based on mental diseases. And mentally ill American, participate in criminal conspiracies, engage in prostitution, narcotic trafficking, and drug peddling, just because they don't have resources and insurances and material resources to afford themselves a psychotherapist, or they don't have money to afford a physician or medical services, and this is outrageous. Like some Democrat senators mentioned it. America is probably the only Western country that doesn't have national universal health care coverage for all Americans. And I believe that raising taxes against the rich will enforce social justice. It will return money to the economy, because if Congress gives that bailout money to auto industry executives like Chrysler, Ford, and Chevrolet executives, they just pocket the money. And we'll take build mansions, palaces, and close down the factories, research centers. And this is what I call most outrageous example of national socialism, because money belongs to people. Money doesn't belong to rich people or to working class people. Must have resources. Social justice should prevail. I believe that if so many plants are closed because there is crisis of overproduction, federal government should not only extend benefits like President-elect Barack Obama declared with progressive measure, but also amount of benefit should be raised about 40% more in order to cover the galloping housing inflation. People won't be able to pay rent, and I believe that at a certain point liberal politics of saving human lives and affording universal healthcare coverage is a unique way to save life and prevent homelessness. And I believe that this nation can only survive those massive layoffs and loss of 2 million jobs by extending coverage to unemployed workers and raising their unemployment benefits about 40%, and also raising tax against the rich people, like Change.gov for website promises. And I believe Barack Obama will roll back Bush's taxes as he personally promised it, as he actually raised the issue of him making such promises. You see, Democratic Party is built on liberal promises, and without them, Democratic Party would never have a single vote. And people see liberals and Democrats, and so the Democratic Party cannot survive without support of masses. Democratic Party said the most approved would be to be loyal to democratic causes and liberal agenda, such as social justice, peace on earth, universal healthcare coverage, and also fight against crime, technological innovations and technological revolution, technocratic revolution. And I believe that U.S. Congress should spend this bailout money to buy electrical vehicles in order to save Americans from becoming nuts. That way will improve lives and existence of our American public, because gasoline vehicles, they emit too much carbon monoxide, which actually kills pleasure-producing dopamine neurons in one's brain, and if being inhaled, going to a blood system, circulation system of human being. And I believe that Barack Obama should contribute a lot to social justice, to raising tax against the rich, in making those corporations pay actually the expenses for the American workers whom they laid off, because those oil companies and they make insane kind of profits, and they don't want to share to the American public. They made all this money by ripping off U.S. consumers, by ripping off motorists. I used to pay $4.35 for a gallon of gas, which went into pockets of those billionaires, gasoline retail corporations like Arco, Shell, Texaco, and Chevron, Mobil. All those corporations, their leaders, make fabulous profits, which count in billions of dollars. There is a need that U.S. Congress should raise taxes against the rich people, rich corporations, because these corporations need to pay for unemployed workers in order to save human lives. In order to reduce crimes, we should provide universal healthcare coverage for all Americans and stop the war in Afghanistan. Because during the war, Americans won't be able to catch suspect war criminals like Osama bin Laden, because no police agents will be able to operate in war zone. It's impossible, practically. And the only way to fight terrorism is indicting and extraditing suspected terrorists. You can go out and kill them with terrorists, like Americans used to, members of U.S. Justice Department used to indict and facilitate extradition of suspected Colombian drug lords. We were all extradited to the United States of America by peaceful means of diplomacy, and nobody went assassinating those suspected Colombian terrorists, narco mobsters. They murdered a number of people in Miami. Miami is the city with narco terrorists, and those 4 planes loaded, the American Airlines planes, laden with Arab narco mobsters led by Mohammed Atta. to kill WTC office workers. And I believe that Barack Obama hopefully will enforce political social justice and peace.